We are live.
Ooh, look at that logo. Look at that. Hey guys, welcome to Hack Shack Studios. Yeah, here's the logo, presenting it loud and proud. So hi, I'm Artie Bear, 35 years in this wacky comic book industry, working for both Marvel, DC, characters like Superman, Spider-Man, X-Men, Batman, you name it. I probably have worked on it. And as always, I have the talented Taylor Grosso.
Hey, you guys, welcome. Thanks for joining the waiting room early. And I'll read your chat today so you can join the conversation.
Yeah, so we're just gonna kind of do a hacks chat, just an overall back and forth, and talk about some geekery in the industry right now. I think we got some of the what do we have? Aquaman. I saw Aquaman over the weekend. Taylor still hasn't seen it, and we're both kind of flabbergasted by Marvel's Captain Marvel 3 trailer. Yeah, 3 trailer.
Yep, the third trailer, which is usually the best one, but not this time.
Not this time. Yeah, and so we're gonna do that, and I thought I would show some of the Aquaman stuff, artwork that I've done. It was the run that was it had a lot to do with the Aquaman movie. So I was fortunate enough to work with Jeff Johns and Paul Pelletier on Aquaman some years ago, and a lot of the stuff in that run became subject matter for the new movie. So when I was watching the movie, I was like, oh my gosh. And we have a little treat. I swear to you guys, I was the first. And this design ended up in the movie. And when you guys see the movie, or if you see it again, once you see this, you're never going to be able to unsee it. So that's my little teaser on things to come. So but what should we do first?
Let's talk about RT Bear's Hack Shack Studios.
All right, you guys, the RT Bears is probably going to be taken off. It's just going to say HS Studios. But if you guys don't know, Hack Shack Studios has been around, 30 years? Possibly 30 years. Mostly known as an ink studio, but we have done other things over the years. We've dabbled into Hollywood. We've done different shows that we've created for film, mostly animation, and I've done advertisements and advertising through Hack Shack Studios. So it's more than just an ink studio or comic book studio, but primarily it is an ink comic book studio. So I'm kind of rebranding it now with Taylor Grosso because she's a kick-ass partner here. And we're going to take this Hack Shack Studios into the next arena, the next level, the 21st century.
The very same.
Yes.
With your guys' help.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you got to support it, because if you don't support it, then yeah, there won't be anything.
Then you're responsible for destroying our dreams. No pressure.
Yeah. Nah, no pressure. Absolutely no pressure. So yeah. So this is the logo, and if you guys don't know, Alan Martinez used to work at Hack Shack Studios years and years ago, and he was going to college as one of his college assignments was logo design. So he was nice enough to, based on my little doodle of an HS, he came up with this wonderful design, and I believe maybe Jeff Eckelberry tweaked it or cleaned it up a little bit, but this is pretty much the logo that Alan Martinez, and if you don't know Alan Martinez, I think he worked on a lot of the Spawn stuff. He ghosted with Danny Mickey, and I think later he was full on working on his own books at DC Comics, but I found him. He was a diamond in the rough, and I trained him. I helped him find his way, and so he's a very, very talented guy, and he was nice enough to do this design for us. So we're still using it today. So I like the ink nib, right here.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So then this is where Taylor comes in. This is Taylor's redesign of Hack Shack Publishing. So black and white, which we have in Indiegogo right now, will be the first. Well, maybe the Chrono Trade was the first that we branded with the Hack Shack Publishing. And so then we did an art book with the Hack Shack Publishing
Yeah, that's what I
logo.
was gonna say.
Yeah, and then now the new black and white series that Taylor and I will be bringing your way. So
Look out for that logo.
yeah. So the reason this is important is because we have multiple projects in mind, and I didn't. Taylor and I have been talking about this for a while, but what I'm hoping is that after my shenanigans, maybe we can have Taylor lead for a while and create something, and then I'll just follow her lead.
I almost made my sound, but I don't know if they know the context of that, and it just sounded really weird.
We'll do it anyway. That means that she's kind of excited and trepidatious at the same time.
I made that sound recently when we saw some of the finished pages from the book.
Oh, that's right.
We can't show them yet, though.
Oh, you know what we should do? We should have Jeff Eckelberry on, and then we should preview some of his lettering work.
Yes, next video. That'd be a good one.
Yes. Okay, you guys, just to give you an update on Black and White, and then we'll get into the Aquaman and Captain Marvel shenanigans. Yeah, we have Jeff Eckelberry, and he's now lettering the pages. And, I should let you talk about this, Taylor, because this is the first lettering that you've seen with your work, right? Your written work?
It was pretty surreal. Yeah, Jeff did a great job. We're starting to send those finished pages along to get lettered. And then when they come back, it's pretty weird because that means that it's completely finished. And it was very surreal to see. And he did a great job. It was really cool. We've been working on this book constantly. So it really felt like major progress. I think you guys are going to like it. And yeah, that was the first time I've ever seen that. It really made everything feel real because it's stuff that like Art and I have been talking about for months now. Like all the lines on the page we probably said 1,000,000 times. So seeing them like with the characters and stuff and hearing their voice was a really interesting experience.
Yeah, they become real,
yeah.
Right? I mean, when you see, there's a disconnect between the written word and the artwork. But then when you see the lettering on the artwork, then you get to see the characters kind of come to life because these are actually, they're talking now, they're interacting, they're saying the lines that you wrote, a month or so ago. And yeah, I'm glad you like it because it's always a kick for me too.
I put the little printout on my corkboard that I have on my wall in my room. Just as inspiration.
Oh, the copy that we printed up? Yeah.
Let's see. Durakin says, I thought it meant send help. Art's about to kill me.
SOS.
Let's see. Let's see. What are you guys talking about? Did you guys watch Into the Spider-Verse? That'll have to be a different video.
Yeah.
You get to see that yet.
I really do want to see that. It looks really good. We were saying that years ago that we'd like to see a Pixar style superhero, like Marvel superhero story, or DC.
I think you even said specifically Spider-Man is one of the better characters to do an animated thing with, just because of the nature of his powers and stuff.
Yeah, especially high end, because there have been, TV animation stuff,
yeah.
But it's very limited.
Not on a grand scale like that, though.
Yeah. Oh, should we mention before we move forward about the that the YouTube channel is now monetized?
Yes. By the way, you guys, the chat's getting a little crowded, so you guys are moving kind of fast. But we do have Super Chat, as you may have noticed, and we finally got monetized. And ever since we got monetized, our stream's suspiciously frozen once in a while, and I hope that's not affiliated with it. But yeah, we're finally monetized, and those super chats are available. So if you want to push your comment, we still have the donate button, but it's progress. It took us a while to get here. They took a while to approve us.
Yeah,
we were kind of waiting for a while, but in case you guys don't know, we are. So in the world of Hack Shack News, check out this logo. It'll be on Black and White. It'll be on future projects as we will be announcing as they unfold, as long as you guys are here to support us. Black and White progress, sending stuff to the letterer. And
wait a minute, can they still get the book, Taylor?
As a matter of fact, I'm glad you asked. Black and White is in demand on Indiegogo still. So even though the campaign itself ended, I know a lot of people think they missed their chance to get the book because it ended, it is still in demand. So you can still pick up a copy of the book, and you can still help push us towards that stretch goal of getting the anti-robotics MI10 division patch, which is very cool. In hindsight, I probably should have queued that up. But you can go check out the Indiegogo page.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Do we have it?
I don't know if we have the finished version. Here's a rough Xerox. Here's another rough. I think we have. No, we don't.
We have every single one except for the one that we get.
We don't have the one that you guys get, but if you go to the site, you can see it. It's really, really cool. So, should we let the chat decide what we're going to do next? Are we going to go Captain Marvel, or are we going to go Aquaman?
Let's go Captain Marvel before we go Aquaman, because I have a feeling that we're going to have... Aquaman's going to run longer.
Yeah, and I don't know, YouTube, we don't really get political, but they seem to be really monitoring our station and being very heavy-handed with it.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay. So if you guys haven't seen this, spoiler alert, this is Captain Marvel trailer 3. And I'm sure there's not going to be a whole lot of nice things, and I'm probably going to publicly apologize to Taylor during this video. I'll explain why later. Okay, so this is 3. I'm probably going to have to talk. We're going to have to talk over it. I'm going to have to pause a lot so we don't get popped by YouTube.
Yeah, we keep getting copyright claims.
The reason I don't understand why we're getting popped is, like, this is already on YouTube. Like, we got this from YouTube.
On multiple channels. We should turn on the sound, actually.
Should we just turn off the sound, talk over it then?
Just turn it down real low. Yeah,
okay.
like there. That should be good.
There's, to be honest, it's not dialogue heavy.
You're not missing anything.
All right, so unoriginal territory. This is Terminator 2.
Did you have a rough day? Agent Fury?
9 Inch Nails. Ooh, she's edgy.
The music.
I think she stole that jacket off somebody on the bike. I bet you that's a Terminator 2, right?
I don't even know. Like, I don't even know what tone, like what emotion she's going for. And she says, "Did you have a rough day?" Like, I can't tell if she's being snarky or she's just like saying it normally.
Oh, she's being snarky. All right. There's the back of Ronan the Destroyer, or whatever the heck his name is. We don't get to see the front though. I like the digital work that they're doing on Sam Jackson. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit, and like the effect they did on him is pretty good.
You know what I'm really hoping? I'm hoping that it just becomes a cool buddy cop story, and that we get Sam Jackson kind of driving this story a little bit more than her. Because I would much rather, okay, this is where I'm going to get negative, guys. I would rather see Sam Jackson than, what's her name, Brie Larson.
Yeah.
She's very, very flat, and she's still the worst aspect to this stuff. All right, here we go.
For a little bit and show this scene.
Yeah, so this is the Scree, or the Krulls. And if you don't know, shape changers, so it looks like one of them's turning into the...
Thanos?
No,
Look at its face.
I think it's supposed to be the surfer, right? The surfer girl?
I was just joking.
Yeah.
The surfer didn't notice that there's like 3 Piccolo aliens walking out of the surf.
Pointed ears. Yeah. Looking like something from Star Trek. But I think they're going to do the Secret Invasion storyline. What do you think, Taylor?
Yeah, I guess they're leading pretty much the evil shape-changing alien thing.
And infiltrating
society. Which I don't mind. That guy did not, by the way, the guy in the beanie, his reaction to her coming through is like really just kind of like he's look on his face.
All right, the guy on the left, do you guys recognize him?
Louis C.K.
The comedian Louis C.K.
It totally looks like him.
You stepped on my joke.
Sorry, I didn't know you were really going to say it.
No, it's okay.
I wasn't sure to say Louis C.K. We had high
I'm glad you did, actually. And this right here, who would this be? This is...
Monica Lewinsky.
This is Lucille Ball.
Her face looks very digital.
Oh, how could you punch your grandmother?
Sally Fields.
Sally Fields.
This is hardware.
Oh, okay. She kicks her in the back. All right. Oh, now here we go.
Everybody's reaction is
Digital
so...
stunt double. Crunk.
Everybody's reaction is so underplayed to what's happening.
I didn't know Brie Larson had an underbite.
It's an awkward
I'm just kidding.
freeze.
She doesn't have enough underbite.
What is going on?
Her lower jaw is protruding out. She's gonna blow her hair back like a tough guy.
She did.
Wait a minute. How did I know that? Hey, wait a minute. This is that girl from Zoolander.
No, it's Mandy Moore.
I loved her in Dodgeball.
It's the Brie Larson effect on the extras, says Rhaegar. Yeah, like they barely reacted to anything happening.
You know, I think this actress was best in the Brady Bunch movie. I'm waiting for somebody in the chat to start chiming in.
What we're saying is that it feels like there's a million actresses that fill this exact same archetype.
Yeah. Okay. Wait a minute. I guess that would prove she's not a Skrull.
Just destroyed that guy's property.
All right. Okay, she's one of the first or the first Marvel character that can shoot powers out of her fist, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a first for Marvel.
It's as if she has an iron fist.
I know. There's a shot where it's glowing, and I'm like, why are you doing this, Marvel? Don't you have an Iron Fist character?
Haven't you destroyed Iron Fist enough?
Okay, you get the symbolism? See the fist? There it is, right there.
What does it mean?
She's trying to play it down. Like, hey man, I could kick your butt. Okay, this is the part of the buddy cop thing where they're filling each other out, right? They're trying to figure out, like, what's our dynamic here, man? You know? Am I in control? Are you in control? Like, what's going on?
Rhaegar says, Scarlet Witch shoots powers out of her fist. Yeah, but she has little finger things.
Yeah. Yeah, she does. She does have an external powered thing, though. Yeah.
But it's red, so it's different.
It's red, and it's got all this movement, like this crazy... Like, she's some kind of, like, what are those soul singers that sing with their hands?
I know what you're talking about.
You guys couldn't see, but I was doing the hand thing.
Sketch says, who poses like that in a real conversation?
Exactly. That's why I froze on it. Yeah.
It is really awkward.
It's obviously like, look at my fist.
It's like when you're a kid and they're taking pictures of you at the mall and they like move your arm while you're sitting there. No, don't move. Turn your hand off.
Put your chin on your fist. All right. I don't think Nick Fury's scared here, though. I don't think he's scared of her.
He should have just addressed it like you just destroyed that jukebox.
That's pretty good makeup or digital. Oh, the finger point. Oh, look at that face. I can't watch this for 2 hours. Look at that.
Black Widow is actually interesting and played by a good actress. I disagree with both of those things, Michael. But that's okay.
I like it when you're feisty. Oh my gosh.
You have no idea how wrong you are.
There's no middle ground with Taylor on that.
When you burn me, you burn me.
All right, let's just look at that face for a minute.
Yeah.
Can you watch that face for 2 hours, Taylor?
Only if it's hidden behind a really, really horrible helmet.
What if it's hidden behind a fist?
Yes. If it's hidden behind a really ill-fitting helmet.
All right. You know, all I'm getting from this is like, this is a really good-looking cable show. Oh, look at that.
Oh.
Don't mess with her. I could watch that face for 2 hours.
I'm trying to figure out how long we can play these increments, because I think we can play them for 10 seconds.
Okay, I'm being very, very conservative here.
Yeah, don't be scared.
All right, we looked at the Hack Shack logo for about 10 minutes. Now we can look at the Marvel Studio logo for 10 minutes.
Christ Energetic says this is like a bad version of the Bionic Woman.
I know! Oh my gosh, you're so right on.
That is so true.
Hey, Taylor, okay, the Marvel Studios logo or the Hack Shack Studios logo, which one's better?
You know, the Hack Shack Studio is better, but now it's making me want to do a gold version, like a raised gold version.
Ooh.
That would be Maybe
Yeah.
for an anniversary or something.
Yes, our gold anniversary. Oh, it's starting to look like an upscale cable TV show.
It looks like a Netflix special.
It's a Netflix original.
By the way, that girl that's on the far, she's so cute.
I want to see her for 2 hours. Oh, I hope you guys can see
She
her.
looks. They can see her in their feed.
Okay.
Yeah, she looks like way cooler.
I want to see her for 2 hours.
She's cute and blue.
And she's not blinking weird.
Yeah.
Brie Larson looks like she's having an epileptic fit. Nyang, 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 nyang. Sorry, I don't know, guys. I had nothing against her going into this, but yeah, it's getting weird. Hey, what's with the different emblems? Did his just get cut off?
You know what? I can't tell it's hers. Like
She's
that
got a
too?
full star. No, she's
No,
got
the girl on the other side.
No, she's got a half too, I think.
Oh, is it like a?
No. Hers is different too. Because he's got like these points here. She's got the points here, but she doesn't have the points there. Or the bottom part.
So they're all slightly different.
I wonder if it's a ranking. Like
Jason Pridle just sent us a super chat for $5. He says, "Hey guys, I hope I didn't miss too much." You didn't. You missed our Hack Shack logo, but I have a feeling we'll recap that after we're done talking massive crap about this movie.
Yes, and thank you so very much.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Rhaegar says the emblems are ranks.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, so hers is captain, so it looks like it's a full-on...
His looks like a pot leaf. Like a lot.
Are you a dopester?
It looks like those pro, like, pot pins.
Oh,
Because it's got the long sides.
if you guys don't know, Taylor's a big pothead.
Captain 420 is his hardware. It totally does. I can draw the shape.
Taylor's smoking pot right now.
Everybody in the chat agrees.
Hey, I didn't disagree. I was just expanding on the fact that Taylor's a pothead. Someday, if I could afford it. If I get more super chats.
Yeah, it's expensive.
We may be telling too much.
Yeah, let's focus on how bad this is.
That's why we're laughing so much. We may be high right now. You'll never know. Okay, I don't know, man. This doesn't look big screen.
So why does Jude Law also look human?
Human, yeah.
Are they both halves?
Okay. Here comes the Iron Fist beat. I don't remember my past. Okay. Who is she now? Marvel's turning another one of our beloved characters into a woman.
They always change. They give every beat from one character to another. Like, before they can introduce one character, they give all their beats away to another one every single time.
Yeah. Yeah, like every character in the Marvel Universe now has a helmet that collapses on itself and a shield.
Like
Even Spider-Man had a shield.
Yeah, you're right. Everything's nanites and everything has shields.
All right, so let's come up with the hybrid name. Is this Captain Fist or is this Iron Marvel? Who is this now?
Captain Iron.
Captain Iron.
Or the Iron Captain.
Marvel Fist.
Michael says something very true. A woman in the background should never be more interesting than your leading lady.
Oh, back on the earlier, yeah.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, I want to see her for 2 hours.
She looked interesting.
This March, you guys.
Are you ready?
Are you ready? You have a couple months to wait. For the best big screen Netflix original you'll ever see.
Coming to a Walmart bargain bin near you.
It's not Green Lantern, it's Captain Marvel.
I got this powder, but I don't know where.
There you go, Taylor.
Oh, I hate it so much. Oh my, it's so ugly. Why? It's like Marvin the Martian. It's not only ugly, it's stupid. Like I hated the mohawk from the second they introduced it in the comic. And like the helmet is really ill-fitting. She looks stupid. Every time I see it, it reminds me of Turk from Tarzan. Every single time.
The fun has arrived.
Yes. It's so awful. And her eyes almost look like they're animated inside the helmet. Because the helmet's obviously CG.
Okay, here's where I'm gonna apologize to you publicly. Okay. We did a video of verses that we had to pull down. Thank you, YouTube. and it was Captain Marvel versus Aquaman. And so the versus, if you guys don't know the premise, is we take two geek ideas and we have a bear brawl, knuckle brawl battle for who's the best. And so Taylor and I were drawn. So I went Captain Marvel and Taylor went Aquaman. Well, I've seen Aquaman and I've seen 3 different Captain Marvel trailers. And I must say that because this is the 3rd trailer, Taylor. This isn't the first trailer.
There's no excuse.
This is the 3rd. You think they would get something right, like they would have learned. But this one's like the worst of the 3. So I'm gonna say I'm sorry. Okay,
well,
Captain Marvel looks bad.
Well, I'm sorry that this movie even exists. It looks like a bad Power Rangers villain. And the worst part is that, like, the weirdest thing, it sucks to pull that video down because it was good. But, like, the worst thing is that I actually used to really, really like Captain Marvel in the comics. Like, she was one of my favorites. Like,
I did too, the one with the sash and everything.
Yeah, like pre-SJW Marvel, she was one of my favorite characters. And boy, did this movie subvert my expectations because I've hated everything about it.
Okay, Marvel, if you're listening, you know who just said that. A woman, a lady.
See, that's the thing too. Like, when it comes to demographics, like, I think I'm the definitive demographic and I hate this movie already.
I know, that's horrible, right?
Like, who is this movie for?
Yeah.
But, like, this costume is inexcusable. And, like, we watched something about it. I don't remember what our source was. We watched something about it where they're... That should be our new thumbnail.
Power punch!
And the guy was like, oh, it's cool. You can see how, like, her hair sticks out the top because there's a gap in the helmet. And that's so stupid because why is there even a gap in the helmet in the first place?
Why do you have a helmet if you're going to put a gap in it?
Yeah, like, why is it there?
All right.
Wasting constipation face is the chat.
Coulson, or is it Colton? Coulson, right? It's Coulson. He's back.
He's younger, I think.
So I'm hoping we'll get the history of the modern or the more contemporary Shield here as well. You know, the Nick Fury, Coulson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll see them together, which is kind of cool.
Well, what I'm hoping is it's going to be a 50-50. It's going to be like a buddy cop. So it'll be Fury and Shield, and then it'll be Captain Marvel with, what are they called? Her little brigade? Not the Nova Corps.
I was almost said the Nova Corps. I forget what they're called, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I love Coulson. You know, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was pretty good for a network show. I never watched it. Star Force, yes.
Star Force, yeah. Thank you.
Look, there they are. It looks so stupid. I hate it so much.
This is just the beginning, Taylor.
Hope ends.
She's tired.
I have one of those ringer shirts. I wear it all the time.
Oh.
Ew.
You know what? What is the Batman? What does Bruce Wayne's dad say? What do we learn when we fall down, Bruce?
Don't hurt my wife. I'll give you my money.
We do it. We get taught the lesson that we have to pick ourselves back up, Dad.
Aww.
Yeah. Hey, is this one of those things that she pushes so the helmet comes across?
Oh God, it probably
like
is.
Star-Lord.
In a world where women are heroes, hope ends. Someone in the chat said, where is it? According to Twitter, it's to empower young girls. That's not even true because I was empowered by Dana Scully when I was a little girl.
And Dana Scully was a great character.
I thought she was pretty cool.
Well, there's been some great characters. Ripley from the Aliens movies and what's her face from Terminator, and there's some good strong characters.
They don't have to be a big jerk with this big goofy stupid mohawk on their head.
Here we go. They did it looks like they did tweak up the effects a little bit better.
Yeah, there was a lot of criticism.
This is some of my favorite stuff, though.
Sketch says, want to watch the Wonder Woman Gal Gadot beat the snot out of Brie Larson, Captain Marvel.
There's the money shot.
Oh, yeah.
The power mohawk.
Ugh.
The power hawk.
You know, the colors are way better on this. Oh, wait, I gotta be quiet for this beat.
Okay.
Right,
I'm gonna pause so YouTube doesn't pause it or pop us. Okay, ready?
Yes.
Here we go.
What is this? The shield logo. Does announcing your identity on clothing help with the covert part of your job?
Said the space soldier who was wearing a rubber suit.
Okay, let's not do this ever again, Hollywood. Okay, you go ahead and chime in, and I'm gonna chime in.
Like, can we stop doing this? Like, every single thing. It's also just so. It's horrible. And they both come off as like a big douchebag, through the line. It's also really weird because they have absolutely no chemistry, so you can't tell if they genuinely really don't like each other or not. And like the whole concept of that line is dumb. Like with the shield logo, like the first thing I thought of when she's like, "Oh, you're gonna put the logo on this?" It's almost like it's a movie where you're trying to sell cool merchandise. Like,
or books or publishing.
It's almost like this is based on a comic book where logos play a big part in visual storytelling.
Well, the thing, okay, that bugs me as well, but don't call it a rubber suit or a plastic suit or whatever. Like, let's not demean what it is. Okay, we have to suspend disbelief as viewers that this is not a rubber suit, right?
Yeah, to us, it's not a rubber suit.
It's not supposed to be a rubber suit. It's supposed to be a kick-ass power suit or whatever.
It's armor that you can fly through space in. I don't want to know it's a rubber suit.
Exactly. So when you say, "Oh, it's a rubber suit," yeah, it is a rubber suit because it's not a real suit. It's a Hollywood, whatever of a suit.
We know it's not real. You don't have to tell us how stupid it is.
Right.
Because it's basically telling everybody who thinks it's cool that they're dumb.
Yeah, it's stupid. Guess what? It's not really a suit. It's a stupid, Hollywood special effects rubber suit. Yeah, okay, we get that. All right. So, are we good? Did we vent?
Rhaegar says, and I agree with this, I just like the lowest common denominator humor after all these comic book movies. It's like they make it into a clown show. Yeah, because it breaks the reality of the whole thing. And like we segueing into Aquaman, remember there was that, we kind of talked about that, but there was that DC animated movie that came out a while back. I think it was based off Throne of Atlantis, where one of the characters, they're like, and you, codename Aquaman. I think Batman says, and he's like, Aquaman, like that's a dumb name. And then it's like, everybody in this world has a superhero. Like, how is Aquaman?
Batman.
You're talking to Batman and you're trying to say Aquaman's a dumb name. Like, why?
Yeah, why even go there? Don't go there. Like, it just pokes fun at itself, and it doesn't get you anywhere. And it just makes everybody who's liked this stuff dislike it.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, go ahead.
If you guys are just joining us, this is the Hack Shack logo you're seeing on the screen.
Oh yeah. This is the publishing. So if you guys are coming in late, we debuted in a big way, in a splashy way, the Hack Shack Publishing, which we will be publishing all of our future books through this publishing company that Taylor and I have created here. So we have that, and then we have the old Hack Shack Studios logo. So if you didn't hear the origin of the logo, go back to the beginning of the video. And Alan Martinez, if you're listening, thank you so much again for coming up with this.
So thanks for supporting Hack Shack, and check out that logo. And when you see that logo and stuff, you'll know that it's us.
Yes. Okay, so let's get into the Aquaman. And the reason we're doing Aquaman, Captain Marvel, is because, like I said, our verses, and we seem to somehow be tying these two movies together. Like, for some reason, they seem like natural competitors in my eye.
Yeah, and they were both, the trailers were kind of like coming out around the same time. Aquaman, obviously, a little bit beforehand, but they're kind of neck and neck, so it felt natural to compare them. And that's why we did the first verses. And ever since then, I think what we're going to do is, once Captain Marvel is out, we'll do our final say on which one turned out to be the better, just to conclude this whole versus.
Yeah, to finally put this drama to an end, to a conclusion.
But Art has seen Aquaman, so.
Yeah, so you guys, I don't know if you know, but I had a brief but awesome run on Aquaman, and it was the Jeff Johns, Paul Pelletier run. Was that still new? That was New 52. Yeah, the
That
New
was
52.
New 52, yeah.
So I just realized while I was watching, I don't know, you guys, I've done so much work. I have this disconnect sometimes. And as my wife and I are watching Aquaman over the weekend, everything's like, that looks familiar. That looks familiar. That feels familiar. And so I know Jeff Johns wrote the new Aquaman, but a lot of that was based on the New 52 run of Aquaman. And like I said, I had a brief little moment with it, and I'm very thankful for that. So I feel like I contribute a little bit to that mythology. And so I thought it would be fun to show my contribution, or at least one issue of my contribution. So this was the main cover, I believe, and then this was the alternate, or one of the alternates. And
it's a pretty cool cover.
We looked for this cover and we couldn't find it.
Yeah, there's a similar cover, but we couldn't find a colored version of this one. This is issue 15, I believe.
So I'm not sure if they even use this. Maybe somebody in the chat can chime in.
Yeah, I have a weird feeling that they didn't use it, but I don't know. It's a really cool cover. It's kind of a waste if they didn't. I think it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so this may be an unused cover. I have seen it in color, but I don't know if I've seen it with the logo and everything else on it.
I can't picture the logo now that you mention it.
Yeah. So Paul is a pretty amazing artist, and
Look at the inking on that belt buckle.
I think I hooked him up pretty good. Look at some of the hatching in the shoulders and the pecs and things.
Pretty killer piece.
It's pretty cool stuff.
I like mid-action like covers like this.
Yeah. A lot of times covers get very posy because it's tough, because you always have to show the character kind of full chest so it's always kind of artificial because you have to sell it, so you always have to show the character in like a full front kind of pose.
Yeah.
Because if you hide too much of the character, then it's not a good selling point. So covers are always odd the way you have to lay them out.
And
so
stage them in a different kind of way.
Yeah, because you can't be as dynamic with them as you would like to sometimes, just because a lot of times the selling point of the costume doesn't sell. Because you might not get the belt buckle because that's Aquaman's big thing, and just stuff like that. So okay, you guys. All right, I'm gonna go to this real quick, and I'm glad Taylor reminded me of this. Is in the movie, you guys, if you look in the background and stuff,
there they are. This is the highest res I could find.
Yeah, there's a jellyfish. They're jellyfish submarines that the characters are like driving around in. They're like mech subs, and or mech sub jellyfish. I don't know what the
jellyfish subs.
Jellyfish subs, yeah. And so anyway, this is 1987, and so I came up with some jellyfish sub designs in 87. So I remember my young, early self getting this as a written word. Like the script said, "Oh, and they're attacked by jellyfish subs." And I was like, what the hell's a jellyfish sub? So we didn't have the internet, so I had to go down to the library.
Oh, I thought you were going to say aquarium.
And I wish. I wish, for one, we had an aquarium, and two, that I could have afforded to go to an aquarium. I was a poor, starving artist. Still am. Anyway, so, yes, I went to the library and checked out all the books I could find on jellyfish. And so, yeah, I came up with this design, and I still think it's kind of cool.
It is very cool, I think.
Yeah.
And it's played a role in the history of Aquaman.
It's almost exactly the same design, you guys. It's transparent. There's this mechanism inside, and then there's a driver's seat in the for the cockpit area. And I think that they have tendrils that come out and like electrocute and shock people. Because in this story, actually, one of them, the tentacles come out and it shocks Aquaman. I actually do the whole thing, Taylor, where his hair goes pointed.
I
Like he's
like
being
that.
shot. Like he's being
He's
shot.
getting electrocuted.
Nah, yeah.
I didn't notice that. It's all
It's in the
flipped
issue.
out.
Yeah, it's inside the issue.
People
But
in the chat keep giving alternate Aquaman names, and they're pretty great. I might read them at the end of the video.
okay, well, we're gonna try to get through this because I got a lot of artwork. But
TC says you should get some Aquaman movie royalties.
I don't know. I think my only big contribution would be this jellyfish sub, to be honest, and it's a background, idea in the movie. But it was cool to see anyway. But that would be nice. I got royalty money for Time Masters, the TV series.
Nice.
So that was based on the series I did years and years ago.
So if you guys can hunt down a copy of this Teen Titans Spotlight on Aqualad.
Yeah, I penciled and inked it. It's one of the first jobs I've ever done. And I think it was the first job I ever penciled and inked.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, so
especially
there's...
for a first big time job, it's really good.
Yeah, I think I was 10 years old when I did this. It looks like a 10-year-old drew it.
I disagree.
I disagree. So this is page 1. This was a cool run. So this is the Jeff Johns Aquaman run. So I thought I'd share some of the black and white artwork with you. And I like that the bat signal, they're all underwater, so Gotham is flooding. I thought that was a great idea.
What a cool layout with the glasses floating down.
Yeah, and some of this did enter into the movie, some of these ideas. So then Aquaman swoops in.
Is this gonna have spoilers in it? Should we tag for spoilers?
I think they're more just ideas that were kind of like inspired the movie, but not necessarily that were verbatim. They weren't exactly used.
That's some good work. Look at all that water.
Aquaman's jutting out with those two guys. I think that's Gordon and Harvey. What's his name?
Oh gosh, I can't remember the other guy's full name.
The slobby detective.
Yeah.
Look at this texture on the wall.
Look at that rain. That rain is intense.
All right, I'm going to toot my own horn. Look at that wall. Yes.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. And
Harvey Bullock. Okay,
Harvey Bullock, yes. And some of these pages are still available on my site. I can't believe they're not all sold yet.
That's right. If you guys go to artbytbear.com in the DC section under Aquaman, you can still get your hands on I think a lot of them are sold.
There's still some cool pages, though.
Yeah, I think there's another volume of this or another issue. But yeah, check it out, artbytbear.com. You can get yourself some Aquaman pages of a really cool run on Aquaman.
Yeah, I think this issue, some of these ideas made it into the movie, but I think that the whole run, the whole new 52 Jeff Johns run was what inspired the movie. But look, like I said, I'm gonna
pretty cool.
I'm gonna pat myself on the back. Look at that.
Because this is pretty much right before the storyline they use in the movie, right? The whole Throne of Atlantis kind of.
Yeah, this is the Throne of, and yeah, we bring Mira in.
I was gonna say back when she was the only one that had the water powers.
Yeah, the weirdest thing is, and it's very prevalent in the movie too, is that she is such a powerful character. At times, well, I'm just gonna say it, she's more powerful than Aquaman in a lot of ways, and
it's a grand scale power.
Yeah, and it's weird. You have to kind of play her powers down to make Aquaman seem cooler in a way.
Yeah, I always thought she's kind of like a major powerhouse character.
Yeah, and in the movie, you can see they did it very well, but there's a moment where they had to play her powers down to make Aquaman shine.
She has some crazy stories in the comics that are pretty amazing.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen the movie's really, really good. Yeah, Taylor was right. It's better. Probably better than...
And yet I haven't
Captain
seen
Marvel.
it. I had plans to see it, but my weekend got ruined.
By your laptop?
Yeah.
By technology?
Yeah, technology once again.
Look at how pretty. She's pretty.
Did Aquaman use the? I guess he did because they show it in the trailer. He has the trident, right?
Oh yeah, the way he gets the trident, and you know what? I was thinking it was going to be the Lion King, meets Black Panther kind of idea, and it still is, but they did a good enough job where it felt unique, it felt original, and I will give them that because that was not going to be easy to do. Like the king.
Oh yeah.
That is kind of like how would you say that? Like the Lion King character.
Yeah, he's like I almost said the Rebel King, but I think it's actually a Netflix title. Yeah, he's like he's the true heir to the throne, but he's kind of been banished in a way.
And he just wants to party or hang out. He just wants
to be king.
Hakuna Matata, baby. Yeah,
no responsibilities, no worries.
No worries, and so. Yeah, so they that beat's kind of there, but I'm not going to spoil it. The way he gets the trident is pretty cool, and the way he goes about getting the his status, I guess his king status, is pretty cool. And
the sketches Hakuna Swimnada.
Swimnada. Yeah.
What a wonderful phrase.
Yeah. By the way, I think this page here is available.
Ooh, that's really?
I think so.
You could have a page where Superman's getting laid out.
By an Atlantean. My favorite is that the ponytail is going straight up.
He's charged up. He's like a cat.
Wait a minute. It's Captain Marvel powers. It's going to go in the form of a mohawk.
Oh, gosh. Let's see. I knew a guy in the last name who's in the army. Oh, you guys are talking about the Aquaman name still. I want more Nicole Kidman in superhero sci-fi movies for obvious reasons. You and me both. She picks the weirdest roles.
Yeah.
She's my favorite actress, actually, and I'd like them while she's still, before she gets too old. I know it sounds horrible. Before she gets too old, I'd like her to be in more stuff like that.
The thing is, she was good in Aquaman, and I'm not really slamming the actor, the guy who played Boba Fett or Jango Fett. But the guy was pretty flat, and he didn't give her a lot to work against or with. So it was the beginning of Aquaman is a little tough. It's a little slow.
I think and it sucks because that's a part they really needed to sell. It's kind of a really important
They sell it well enough. It doesn't destroy it. But it's not as good as it could be, especially like you guys said, with actress on the caliber of
Nicole Kidman.
Kidman, yeah.
Rhaegar said Nicole Kidman's probably going to be the next Helen Mirren. I think she'll be filming in old age, definitely.
Yeah, I think she'll age very well.
Somebody had a good observation. Somebody said Aquaman is the Venom of the DCU, and I don't really know what to make of that.
No. If you haven't seen the movie, go see it. Jason Momoa rocked it. Their take on the Aquaman character was right. I'm telling you, if they can do this in a superhero movie, this is my endorsement. When he comes out in that golden green suit, that if anybody else had that costume on, would never ever work. But when Jason Momoa comes out from under that waterfall, and he's got that gold and he's got that trident, I'm telling you right now, the hairs on my arm rose up. It was a cool superhero beat. And if a guy that didn't have his stature and his build, it would not have worked, man.
Because he looks regal and
kingly
in it.
Gosh, the dude looks amazing in it. And he towers over Ocean Master. He pulls that suit off, and it's like the Thor suit and the Captain America suit. If you get the right actor in those suits, it works. And Jason Momoa in that, who would have thought, right? Gold and green.
Yeah, it's a gaudy thing. It'd be really hard to pull off in a realistic setting, I guess. Because some things we've talked about it before. There are some things in comics that translate well to animation and stuff, but they in a real life setting, kind of like the Sentinels, they don't really translate well to real life, and that color scheme is very difficult, I think.
Yeah, and the thing is, usually what Hollywood will do is like the Hulk isn't bright green; he'll be like a greenish gray or more on the gray spectrum. Batman won't be blue; he'll be black. You know what I mean? Like they change
Play it down.
they changed the color schemes. Even in Superman, they were playing down the colors, and in the Wonder Woman suit, it was more of like instead of like bright blues and reds, they were kind of like more metallic
A
and
wine
kind of
red and like
yeah.
a navy.
Yeah, they were definitely played down. In the Justice League movie, they played them up because they were more proud because they were like, yeah, we don't have to hide this now. We can be proud of, these actual character designs that the comic books did. But in that Wonder Woman solo movie, they kind of played down the color scheme. So I'm glad, and that Jason Momoa was the right guy. He really was.
I do think the Superman suit in the Man of Steel movie was played down slightly too much.
Yeah.
And I think that, actually, because you can see the set pictures of it, it's not that dark. I think it's the filter they used on the entire movie that makes it look darker than it is.
That's the Zack Snyder filter stuff.
And somebody, I think you showed me, Art, there was like somebody restored the suit in like a scene, like some stills. They like turned up the suit's color and it looked amazing.
Yeah, and in the Justice League movie, it's a brighter Superman suit. So it works. I just like it when they're proud of. I know Hollywood has to sell these things in a way that it's going to change from the comic book. So I understand it's a different medium, but let's not change it so drastically.
That you can't even, yeah.
Yeah, let's be proud of the fact that's what these characters are. But having said that, I'm sorry. The way Hollywood sold Batman in the Burton films was the right move. The grays and blacks versus the blues and grays and the yellow, Well, I guess they still had the yellow bat.
That brings up a question, too. Because the success of that bat suit ended up changing Batman's contemporary design. Do you think that the Aquaman design in the movie is going to start changing his comic book design?
I think his design in the film was the comic book design.
Because he ended up pretty much
there's that guy. I knew he showed up in this. The Asian conspiracy guy.
You're saying he's in the movie?
Yeah, he's in the movie.
And is this his first appearance?
I don't think so. I think he showed up in an episode or issue before this or two. I wish we could claim it as ours, but I think it was before. I'm sorry, I cut you off. What were you saying?
Oh, I was just gonna say, oh gosh, I can't remember. The Aquaman suit, I guess I was wondering if you think that they're gonna change like his physical attributes. But I always really liked the bearded Aquaman and even the Aquaman with like the long hair. Like the more kingly one. But I was like thinking it would have been cool. I know Jason Momoa has very long, beautiful hair. It would have been cool if at the end he had short hair and was more like not get rid of the beard, but just more clean cut.
He does look clean cut when he comes out of the thing. He looks different. His face does too.
So they kind of cleaned him up a little bit.
Yeah, just Hollywood style, just to make it look like he's a little bit more put together, I guess. Is that what you meant by like bringing that aspect into the comic book, like a beard and longer hair?
Yeah,
maybe?
like I guess modeling him more because Jason Momoa is a very distinctive looking person, and like Aquaman doesn't have like a cowl or like a costume. Like since they kind of brought in his comic book costume, I guess bringing in qualities like that. Yeah,
maybe. I wouldn't mind it. They've done it in the comic book before, though. They've given him a beard and long hair.
That's my favorite version of him.
Rhaegar if you say your favorite version is the one where his hand's cut off and he has the...
I do like that one. I like when he's missing the hand. Rhaegar says that character we just looked at, he's very in the movie.
Oh, yeah, the conspiracy guy? Yeah, and I got a feeling he's going to be more and more in the... Oh, yeah, these guys show up, too, in this.
Oh, here we go. Okay, I wanted to know what role these things play in the movie.
What they do is... Oh, do you want me to answer that? Or?
Yeah, because that's spoiler alert, you guys. Because I remember when the trailer first landed, we watched it. We were like, how are they going to get all this stuff in?
Yeah, what they do is kind of like, in Wakanda, there's different tribes and there's different regions of Wakanda. There's different realms or different kingdoms undersea. So this isn't so much a organized like kingdom, but it's a group of people. They're kind of like the frost giants or whatever.
They're their own like race.
Yeah, and they don't necessarily, they don't seem like they have any intelligence. So it's just kind of a part of the dark ocean that they inhabited. And so they have to kind of go through these guys, their kingdom, to get to the other side, to get the scepter or whatever, the trident.
Interesting. Gary Shipman wants to know. I guess he wants to know your final verdict on Aquaman, because he asked, "Did you see Aquaman? Did you like it?" But if you're gonna give it like, I'm gonna up his question. If you're gonna give it, let's see, comparing it to like Wonder Woman, I guess, what would your like rating be?
I liked Wonder Woman. I liked the first two acts of Wonder Woman better. Like Wonder Woman would be up in my top 5 maybe of superhero films. That last
Yeah.
it's bad. The last act, the third act in that movie is so Zack Snyder. It's really bad when the villain goes digital and stuff like that and becomes Magneto. It just throws the first 2 acts out the door.
Yeah.
But in spite of that, it's still a great movie. So I would put Wonder Woman up higher than Aquaman, but Aquaman's definitely up there, and I want to see it again. Wonder Woman and Aquaman have kind of the opposite problem. The first act of Aquaman is kind of weak, and once you get past that first act, Aquaman becomes a great movie. And all the things, Taylor, I thought were going to be the weakness of the movie are kind of the strengths of the movie. I'm not even kidding. The underwater stuff is really cool. I'm not going to spoil how Aquaman takes down 2 armies. I'm not going to do that. I'm sure most people figured it out, but I'm not going to say it just in case. But it works, man. They brought Aquaman up to a level that he's worthy, of being in the Justice League. He's worthy to go toe-to-toe with Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. He definitely has that status after this movie. So definitely go out and see it. And if you guys don't know Gary, go check out his YouTube. He draws on YouTube all the time. He's a very talented comic skater. And I think his sketchbook is still for sale.
Check it out, you guys.
Check it out.
Hey Art, on the RHE close-up panel of the Fishman with all the action lines, do you pull your line from the panel edge towards the figure? Asked Gil Rivera.
I mostly, like if you look like from left to right, I pull out. So if like this is the dark area here, I go this way. So usually like a thick to thin movement. Sometimes I will go from small to thicker. I hope that answers your question. So most of the time it's just, so I push down on the nib and then I pull out and then I move away from thick to thin.
Dang, this is an intense page. It's actually a pretty cool intro to a character.
There's a scene kind of like this in the movie too. And actually, there's a scene like this in Justice League where he saves that guy
right.
from the boat. But this is look at this guy's face, and look at that hatching.
All that little stubble and hatching.
Sweet mamma jamma.
Perfection.
Oh, and look at that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was fun. I think there's a little brush in there, and there's a little bit of nib. So I think I went back and forth between brush and nib on that.
Pretty cool.
So we're almost done here, guys. Let's go. There he is.
Ocean Master.
Ocean Master with the big fist.
Does he wear the helmet?
He does wear the helmet. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, they don't in this version of Aquaman, they don't really shy away from the comic book aspects of it. So I was really worried when I heard that Jeff Johns was going to kind of come in and take control early on. I had a lot of hopes that he would kick ass, but it took him a while because I think he had to What do you think, Taylor? Do you think he had to wrestle like the power, the control away from the Snyders?
Oh, yeah, I don't know because I heard, I don't know if it's actually true, but like I heard that the whole Snyder camp, including Zach's wife, which by the way doesn't seem like a conflict of interest, but anyway,
Definitely.
you know, having your spouse be able to give you work seems
Be the producer.
it seems kind of whatever. I'm just saying if he was a chick and that was happening, it'd be pointed out immediately. But whatever. I think he's kind of backing down a little bit, and backing away.
Who's that?
Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
I think he's kind of backing out, and like, I guess just for personal reasons. But I just really want to see a different point of view at this point. Like, I don't know, they gave him so much, and like his fingerprint is so on the universe now. Like, it'd be very hard to even deviate slightly. Like, I'm surprised that they gave James Wan this movie, to be honest.
Yeah.
And like he has a very different kind of sensibility than Zack Snyder. He has a very different visual sense. So it was I was really surprised by that. But I think they're backing down now. So I don't think he necessarily had to wrestle it away from him. I think he might have passed it over at this point. Because he's gotten so much criticism, like the whole Snyder camp, rightfully so, in my opinion. And like she's gotten a lot of criticism, rightfully so. So I think they're kind of going to start taking more of a less active role, I guess. I hope so.
Well, from what I understand, they're not even associated with it anymore. I think Aquaman was the last remnants of Zack Snyder. So I think it's the last of the influence, the Zack Snyder influence on the DC universe.
Did he write it, or what did he?
I don't know if he has a writer credit. I think he has a producer credit.
Okay.
And I think I read in an article that he still had some, like, it's old. Like, he wasn't actively working on this movie, but it's like old influence that he has.
Because I remember watching that Wonder Woman movie and hearing that like he had written a portion of it, and every single time there was like, you could really tell which portions he had his finger on. You know what I mean? Like it showed so much. So I was wondering if if Aquaman's movie had any moments like that where you're like, yep, that's definitely like a leftover.
Yeah. There's the climactic end, Taylor, of the movie that's a lot like this panel here, where it's like you have to battle Ocean Master on your terrain or whatever.
Ooh.
So they go to this surface and there's a rainstorm and there's all this kind of stuff going on. So this almost looks like it could have been a storyboard from the movie.
Rhaegar says, Zack Snyder realized how much rancor the deep DC comic fans have for him. At least he didn't go Ryan Johnson on fans, though. I don't know. He said some pretty horrible things about fans. Like, when he got criticism for Superman, he was just like, these stupid fanboys. Like, he was very insulting.
Yeah, he was like, you know, they're just, they don't want to move forward.
This isn't your Superman.
Yeah, this isn't your Superman. This is like a new generation Superman. No. He has said those, not to step on your point.
He insulted all of us, basically.
He has, my friend. I'm sorry I'm a little outspoken about Zack Snyder.
Never trust a Snyder. They all suck.
They don't believe in altruism.
I just like couldn't believe when I saw that his wife was like that. I was like, what? Like how?
Yeah.
No wonder he keeps making these movies. Anyway.
So when you guys see the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about with this scene right here.
Those rain effects.
Yeah, and then the big waves and everything. Yeah, the showdown moment. So yeah, I'm really proud that I got this moment in time. Thank you, DC, for giving me the opportunity to work on this book.
And you can own this moment in time on artbytbear.com. Ooh,
but you can't own this page. Yeah, it's long gone.
It's a pretty amazing page. You got Superman. You got all of them on there. Superman, Wonder Woman, and Wonder Woman looks genuinely concerned. Like, uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh man, he can kill Batman really easily. Batman's just a human.
Yeah, this is not going to last long.
I forget what the line was in this, because there was some kind of reveal. I want to see this happen in the movie. I guess it kind of did, actually.
Well, it happened between Wonder Woman and Batman. Oh, and Superman and
But
Batman.
in Justice League, didn't he grab Batman and like slam him on the wall?
No, Superman grabbed him by the neck.
I thought Aquaman
But
lifted up Bruce Wayne and was like,
Oh, yeah. No, you're right. Oh, my gosh. It happens 3 times.
Yeah.
Okay. Superman grabs him by the throat. Aquaman grabs him by the throat. And Wonder Woman slams him against the wall.
Someone needs to edit it and splice all those scenes together in rapid succession.
And do some kind of comedic, like oof, off, oof, ow, oh, ah. grr.
That's funny.
Do Three Stooges kind of sound effects.
Not again.
Like when he hits the wall. Kink. Smack. Crack.
Let's see. Batman, yeah, probably because all their success is based on Batman as a brand. That's the thing, like, Batman will never not be in the Justice League because Batman's a popular character regardless of logic.
Well, I'm telling you, okay, in the Justice League movie, I didn't mind Batman being the butt of the joke. I did not mind Batman getting beat up by these guys because if you saw Batman v Superman, Batman was a big, colossal a-hole. And he acted just like a villain in that movie. There was no difference between him and Lex Luthor.
Yeah, he pretty much was Lex Luthor as a character.
Right. He didn't want to put Superman in check. He didn't want to have, like, as an ace in the hole, this piece of kryptonite just in case Superman went. He preemptively wanted to kill Superman before Superman could do anything, any shenanigans. So I think that's a villain move, right?
Yeah, that's, I guess he thinks it's okay for him to do. And somebody said, these Hollywood people don't like Batman. Yeah, I feel like in the latest movies, it kind of feels like they don't really like Batman. But, like, I feel like they used to.
I think the opposite. Because if I was, is when Warner Brothers gave it to Schumacher. No, when Hollywood gave it was like Batman, Robin, and Forever? Was that the 2 movies?
Those are the Joel movies.
The Joel Schumacher movies, yeah. That's when I'll agree with you. I think that's when Hollywood just went, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, Batman's been around so long. I guess it's just like there hasn't been a depiction of Batman yet that's like the Batman that I like, and I think the Batman that you like the detective Batman.
I want the Batman meets James Bond meets like gizmos. Like I just want him to have like I guess the James Bond gizmos, where he's got all the gadgets and stuff, but he's very much a detective, but he's usually prepared because he's a human, so he's got a gizmo for every occasion, because that's the utility belt idea.
The best Batman depiction, like besides in the comics, like outside of comics, other media is the first Arkham Asylum game where you play as an actual detective and you have all kinds of cool gadgets to help you be a super detective.
Yeah.
Now he's just kind of a brawler with money.
Yeah, I like the brawler aspect of it, but I like all those things wrapped into one. And my favorite thing is, it was also, I think Zack Snyder pooped on the point in the Justice League movie, even though I like the scene. In the first movie, the Tim Burton movie, they played up that people were scared of him because he looked like a bat. Like there was like this urban myth, does he really exist? There's a guy dressed like a bat on the top of, these skyscrapers in Gotham City and stuff like that. And I like that idea, like that the reason the Batman persona is to put fear into the villains, and I like that idea, but they really haven't played it up since the first movie. And the Nolan films, they did a little bit, but then it just becomes like, he's just a superhero.
They kind of dropped it.
Yeah, he's not in the shadows anymore. He doesn't fight in a mysterious way.
The first movie, they did that the most. The first of the Nolan movies.
Yeah, where he's in the shadows, like, who are you? Like, he's fighting. He's taking people down in a very,
covert kind of way.
Methodical way. Yet he's not, because the thing is, he is human. And I just don't, I don't think, if you were dressed like a bat and that was your motif, why would you you're not Superman. Why would you just step in front of people? Why would you do that? Wouldn't you be more take people down by ropes, by gas pellets, by battering, things like that, before you actually got hands-on with somebody? I just think that's just not a right move for Batman, because he's not Superman or Wonder Woman or Aquaman. He can't take that kind of heat.
Yeah, it's not his character beat.
Yeah. Yeah,
He's supposed to be clever enough to find ways around it. He's not meant to be invincible.
Yeah. He shouldn't be like a direct stand-up fighter unless he wants to, or unless he has to.
Remember when Zack Snyder said that Batman, the armor that Batman wore didn't make him strong, that his physical body was strong, or was it opposite?
No, it was in the behind the scenes of Batman Superman. And then he says it in the commentary when he's working out. Remember where he's moving the tires?
He's doing CrossFit, and he's like, see, the armor, like, whatever doesn't make him strong, he's strong. And it's like, he's strong enough to actually hurt. That's stupid, to hurt Superman. Like, you can never train to be that strong. No matter how hard you trained, a human being wouldn't be able to hurt him. He could get hit by, like, a rocket and be fine.
He can get hit by a nuke.
Like, we saw him get, like, pretty jacked up in those movies and he got thrown through a building. Like, I don't think a human being could train to hurt him, but okay, Zack Snyder.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. Okay, so we should start wrapping this up. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. We had a ball, as always, hanging out with you guys. I wish we could do this more, but oh my gosh, we are working 24/7 on getting this black and white book done to you guys, and it is shaping up. It is such a killer book. I can't wait to share the actual finished book with you guys. But I think what we're gonna do, this is a little teaser here, is we're gonna have Jeff on the show. We're probably gonna tease some of those lettered pages for you guys, and maybe, I haven't talked to Taylor about this, maybe we'll have a little before and after remastering show tomorrow. So another Hacks chat tomorrow. And then I think Friday, do we have
I believe we have Kiss Corner Friday. We just got to nail down a time.
Yeah, you wanna tell it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, this Kiss Corner is gonna focus on the best and worst Kiss merchandise. So I think we're each gonna present 3 of the best and worst. And since Kiss has been around so long, there's been a lot of merchandise, and there's been a lot of really bad merchandise. So it should be pretty entertaining.
Yeah, it'll be fun, guys. Stick around, like on Twitter, Facebook and stuff. We usually announce when we're going to do the Kiss Corners, so you guys can get an actual time when we're going to do that. And I think it's just going to be the 3 of us, right? We're not going to have Kevin this week.
Unfortunately, I don't think Kevin's going to be there this week. So yeah.
Sadly, we're not going to have Kevin. He gives us a lot of comic book cred with the Psycho Circus comics.
He'll be back.
Kiss Psycho Circus. Yeah. So thanks, guys, for tuning in. As always, thanks for the super chats. And you want to get us out of here, Taylor?
Yeah, be sure to check out Black and White on In Demand on Indiegogo. It'll be like the 3rd link in the description. Also, if you guys have some artwork you'd like art to look at, give a portfolio review. We're accepting submissions for a portfolio review. And the link to the Dropbox, or I guess it's a Mediafire. The link to the Mediafire share folder will be in the description if you want to upload some of your artwork. Join the newsletter, because we put out an open call in the newsletter for submissions. So make sure you join that. It's absolutely free. It's the best way to be kept up to date. And
that's through the Art by T-Bear site.
Yeah, you can join the Art by T-Bear site. It's also linked in the description. So thanks for joining us.